What's up guys, it's Websoak here. Today we have the IRT 181st Street subway station. 181st Street is a deep-set local station along the IRT Broadway line. The station sits far beneath the intersection of 181st Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. 181st Street has two exits, both on the west side of St. Nicholas Avenue. One at the southeast corner of the main intersection. The other exit is between 182nd Street and 181st Street. This station only has two tracks. There are two side platforms at this station, which are roughly 157 meters long. The station features a main arched area towards the center, continuing south, as well as a narrower arched section at the northern half. The northern region of the station is built on a northern-bound downgrade slope. Elevators connect the mezzanine to the boarding area. 181st Street is served by one trains at all times. The real station features several shops in the upper mezzanine. These, however, have been omitted in-game. The station currently ranks as the 143rd most popular station in the subway system. The station is one stop north of 168th Street as well as one stop south of 191st Street. Now for the history section, I thought it would be interesting to mix things up, so TMC will be narrating this portion of the video.
181st Street opened May 30th, 1906, which, as of the time of this video, is 115 years ago. As with all the other stations in Season 1, 181st Street was built by the Interborough Rapid Transit Company, or the IRT for short. Despite the station opening in 1906, planning dates back to the U.S. Civil War in the 1860s. The IRT 181st Street station was built as part of the then IRT West Side Line. The section containing 181st Street was built due north of 133rd Street to 182nd Street. Much of the construction took place during the early morning to minimize disruption to daily life. During construction, rock was reused to construct the platforms. An accident on October 24th, 1903 killed 10 miners. A day after the station opened, the IRT began operating streetcar connections into the Bronx. The station was built with two elevators. Additional elevators were added in the early 1910s. In 1910, a project began to lengthen the original IRT subway stations. The platform was lengthened to 514 feet in 1948. Following this, the station could accommodate 10-car trains. A failed program in the 1950s would have seen a fallout shelter constructed within the station. The elevators were again upgraded in July of 1959. A partial ceiling collapse occurred in 2007, at which point protective scaffolding was constructed. The funds would not be found to repair the ceiling until 2009. On August 16, 2009, a 25-foot section of bricks collapsed onto the platform and tracks, resulting in a suspension of one train service. Service was restored on August 24th of 2009. A maintenance closure took place between December 5th, 2020 and November 30th, 2021.
Alright, thank you TMC for participating in this video. If you would like to subscribe to his channel, the link is in the description. That footage that you saw at the end was a US nuclear test done in the 50s if I'm right. So now let's have a look at the in-game recreation. What's up guys, it's Websoak here again. And now we're going to have a look at the station. So here we are at 181st Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. You can see the signs right there. So TMC just narrated the history section. And now we are going to have a look at the station itself. So normally I would consider the building entrance the main attraction, but I think here it's this because we have a new entrance design here. So what do you guys think of this? This is pretty cool. I'd say I like this one a lot. Pretty nice, honestly. I really like how it looks. So yeah, 181st Street Station 1. And you can see I've set up some overcast today. That was kind of tricky to pull off, but yeah, we have overcast now. And something cool if you want to see this. So this just shows you the topography here because I've sort of ended it right there. So that down there is sea level. So that's how far sea level is. The block just disappears. So each cube is 3 feet, so we're pretty high up over here. And that's why the stations here are so deep and why there aren't many here. So let's head into the station. So if I would rate the accuracy of this station, I would say an A minus, maybe a B plus. It looks pretty good, but it does lack two things, two noticeable things especially. That being, there's supposed to be a shop area over here, but I didn't put those in because, you know, where do you stop when you start putting in shops? Then you have to do buildings, and yeah. So it gets kind of messy when you do those. And then I did mess up something with the elevator, but I didn't realize until after. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same as real life. So, yeah, I think it is anyway. I looked at some videos, so it should be the same in pictures, of course. So entry to the one right here. Head on through these turnstiles right there. You have these tiles here. The tiles are pretty cool. I quite like them. And you can see I've made like tile assets that I can reuse all over. So you can see it's like the same thing, but it's recolored. So those are real cool. And where's one that we can head down? They're almost all gone except this one. So let's head down here. Take the elevator, of course. The station only has elevators, to my knowledge. I mean, it said that in the wiki article page. Yeah, those were quiet. Maybe it's because I had one bit of my headphones out. So, yeah, let's descend the elevator shaft and head down to the platform. It's not as deep as 191st Street, which I was surprised about, but I guess that makes sense. You know, they can't all be super deep, but yeah, here we are at the platform. Alright, so those are closed. Now here we are at the, not the platform, like the I guess the lower mezzanine. We're at the lower mezzanine. So here we have the uptown side. I wasn't sure how I could put in signs here. I mean, look at this ceiling. This thing is kind of wild over here. But it's pretty cool, honestly. I quite like this. I like it better in-game than in real life. It's sort of like the, I want to say, the IRT version of 21st Street Queensbridge, if you've ever seen that station. So here we are at the northern end, the uptown side. Heads towards the Bronx. The route signs are right there. Same thing as 191st Street because nothing changes between the transportation options between these stations. So it's the same route sign. Uptown and the Bronx, 1 to Van Cortlandt Park, 242nd Street, all times. And you have these pillars here. I like the design on this one in game. I don't like the station much in real life, but I do like how it looks in game. And yes, this does slope like this in real life. This is the actual slope, and it slopes down, and you can see the tunnel sort of flattens out, and then it heads to 191st Street over there. And of course, we have the announcements, so I'll play that. It's going to load it, and there we go. There we go.
This is a Bronx-bound 1 train. The next stop is 191st Street.
Oh man, look at that. That mosaic got affected when I set the slope for the station. Shame, but it's still pretty cool. And I like these on the wall right here. These are pretty cool. See those? Pretty cool. Those 181s, of course. You have the bench here. Sit on the bench, wait for the train. I do actually like the slope design here. I think it adds a bit to the station when you have these slopes. And I really like the arch over here. Pretty cool design feature, nice design element. There's another one on that side, but that one's a little different. So here we are at the uptown, or downtown side. And yeah, you have to go over here if you want to go over here. Then you have your exit signs there. Quite peculiar placement under the overpass over there. And of course you have this side of the platform right here. And again, that just leads to 191st Street. And if I make it night, then there we go. Then it looks darker down there. So if we head over here, there is another route sign over here. I know I just missed one, but there should be one here. Yep. Downtown, and that's, why does it say and? That's weird. Downtown via 7th Avenue local. Looks like we have an issue over there, but we'll have to patch that up after the video. Why didn't anyone point that out in the other tour? But anyway, I guess no one else noticed it either, so I guess we're all good there. 1 to South Ferry all times. Then we can go over and have a listen to the announcement. I believe this was where they were planning to put the fallout shelter. Over there, there's like a boarded up area. Then if we sit down here, we can sit on the bench, wait for the train. Pretty nice. And here's the other arch. You can see it's kind of flat on this side. And looks like I was testing that one out. So let's just directly play it.
This is a South Ferry bound 1 train. The next stop is Washington Heights, 168th Street.
Alright, so there's that one, and look at that. That looks pretty cool from here as well. Maybe if there were a way to look at it without seeing the chunk border. But yeah, this side is just sealed off because this is as far as the tunnel goes. And you know the terrain ends. So I have to elevate the rest of the terrain. So yeah, that's that. Then I have another exit to show you guys, which is back by 182nd Street. So let's head up there. And let's take a different elevator this time. Let's take this one. Alright. So, oh, that's cool. I didn't even realize that it looked like that from here. And we're going up. So, bye-bye platform. And we make our way out to the exit. Alright, there we go. Door closes. Exit 181st Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. We'll make our way out, head this way. Down the passageway. It does bend, and now you'll see why. Yeah, this exit is actually higher up than the other one. And I'll make a day again so that you can read this. There we go, 181st Street, subway station. And got this indicator here, this sort of, I guess, branding, this like marker here. And yeah, as you can see, the hill is over here. So this one's higher up, that's why it has that extra staircase that the other one didn't have. So yeah, that's 181st Street, and in case you're curious, this is how it looks with no overcast. As you can see, a lot brighter up here, and look how nice this is. Pretty cool. And I'll do night as well. So that's night. I did make these glow, even though they don't work. They do glow, and I thought that was a cool touch at night. Thought they'd look nice, and it does. And if I bring the overcast back, they still glow at night. So yeah, that's them. And wow, that looks cool. Just a traffic light up there. And you probably want to see this in the full sunlight. So there we go. That's how that looks. All right, so that's pretty nice. Just making sure there was no night vision on there because it did look kind of bright down here. So yeah, that's 181st Street. You can see some of the hills in the background. But yeah, I've been Websoak, touring 181st Street. And hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, remember to subscribe to TMC. And leave a like, of course, and comments. Share the video with anybody who you think might have potential interest in this series. And I am Websoak, and I am saying goodbye.